Have you ever wondered? A mind that sees the rhythm of a machine in the flapping of a bird's wings, or imagines massive wheels in the flow of water. Does it rebuild the world with beauty or with terror? Some letters are written not just to find the job, but to reconstruct an entire era. The year is 1482. The elegant workshops of Florence are no longer enough for the colossal ambitions of a 30-year-old man. Leonardo da Vinci knocks on the Duke of Milan's door. But he holds no brush in his hand. In his mind, there are not just angels, but machines of death. The paper he left on the Duke's desk that day was not just a letter. It was the first blueprint of the future, written in blood and steel. This is Unstamped Letters. In Florence, Leonardo was a disappointment. To the Medici family, he was a too curious artist who flitted from one interest to another and couldn't finish what he started. He was an illegitimate child, he knew no Latin, and he was always an outsider among Florence's elites. While teaching himself mathematics and geometry, one half of his heart yearned for anatomy, and the other for destruction. The lawsuits filed against him and the pressure from his rivals forced him to flee. Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan, needed only one thing: power. Leonardo knew that the Duke needed a genius of war, not a painter. And so, Leonardo cast aside the mask of the naive artist. He emerged before us as a cold engineer, listing siege towers, armored vehicles, and techniques of destruction one by one. In those famous lines written to the Duke, he said,
"Most illustrious Lord, having sufficiently studied the designs of those who claim to be masters of war machines, I see that their inventions in no way differ from common methods. Therefore, I venture to reveal my own secrets to you, secrets possessed by no one else. I have designs for portable bridges, light and strong, indestructible by fire, to be used for pursuing or escaping the enemy. And I know secure methods to burn and destroy the bridges of the foe. During the siege of a place, I know how to drain water from the trenches, and how to construct the infinite number of bridges, passages, and ladders required for such operations."
At this point in the letter, Leonardo begins to speak more like an army commander than an artist.
If a location cannot be bombarded due to the strength of its walls, I have methods to level any fortress or stronghold, even if built upon solid rock. I have designed mortars that are easy to build and portable. These hurl small stones like a hailstorm and strike great fear into the heart of the enemy with their smoke. For naval combat, I have machines for both attack and defense, capable of resisting even the largest ships, equipped with devices that produce gunpowder and smoke.
Leonardo was not stopping. He was imagining machines that would guarantee victory not just through destruction, but on sea and land alike. The letter continued with points that challenged the Duke's imagination.
I can dig curved and narrow tunnels silently, capable of passing under rivers or trenches to reach a specific point without making a sound.
Leonardo had dedicated the first 9 points of this list entirely to war and engineering. He knew that Ludovico Sforza needed a genius of war, not a painter. But in the 7th point, he whispered an idea for an armored vehicle that still astonishes us today.
I will build secure and unassailable covered vehicles that can enter enemy lines, piercing even the most intense artillery fire. Behind these armored vehicles, your infantry will be able to advance without any hindrance or harm. When necessary, I can manufacture cannons, mortars, and light weaponry that are as functional as they are aesthetic, entirely out of the ordinary. Where siege is impossible, I can create catapults, slings, and machines of incredible power, never seen before. In short, I can offer attack and defense tools suitable for every situation.
After finishing the 9th point, Leonardo finally reached the end of his letter. Only then did he mention the talent for which we all know him, as if reminding us, amidst all this horror of war, that peace and beauty are also possible.
In times of peace, I believe I can give perfect satisfaction in architecture, in the construction of both public buildings and private residences, and in the transport of water from one place to another. At the same time, I can create sculptures in marble, bronze, or clay. As for painting, I am second to none, whoever he may be. Furthermore, I am ready to undertake the work of the bronze horse, which shall be an immortal honor to the memory of your father and the illustrious house of Sforza.
Leonardo ended the letter with this sharp sentence.
And if any of the above-mentioned things seem impossible or impracticable to anyone, I am most ready to test them in whatever place you please.
When the Duke read the letter, he realized he was facing not just a painter, but a genius who would change the fate of Milan. Leonardo remained in Milan for 17 years. While painting the Last Supper fresco that captivates the world today, he was also designing massive defense systems for the Duke. But history has a bitter irony. Leonardo never cast that colossal bronze horse he promised at the end of his letter. Leonardo had finished the massive clay model of the statue and prepared 15 tons of bronze for the casting. But when the French army reached the borders of Milan, Ludovico Sforza made a painful decision. Art would take a back seat to the struggle for survival. The 15 tons of bronze collected for the statue were melted down and turned into cannons. Art was sacrificed to the very death machines the artist himself had designed. When the French occupied the city, archers used the enormous clay horse, to which Leonardo had given 17 years of his life, for target practice, smashing it to pieces. A genius's dream vanished within the war he had drawn with his own hands. When Leonardo died in 1519, he left behind priceless paintings. But if a museum should cross your path today, and you look at those flawless lines of Da Vinci, remember how that compass calculated not only beauty, but death down to the finest detail. Some geniuses rebuild the world with both beauty and fear. History is written by the winners, but Unstamped Letters is for those who feel, do you think Leonardo designed these death machines just to survive? Or is there a bit of a dark engineer in every genius? Which has more power, art or steel? Leonardo wanted to turn 15 tons of bronze into a statue, but instead, they were cast into cannons. Do you think if Da Vinci hadn't written this letter, he would still be the same legend today? Let's meet in the comments. Until we meet in the next letter, in another sealed room of history. Goodbye.